Hello, this is Apolab. Sorry for my English, it's really bad. This is a video tutorial to make this TinyJetSki. This is a do-it-yourself project made with a 3D printer, taking parts from old toy drones like this. I'm gonna take apart this drawing for the motors and for the electronic board. The parts we need: the motors, the board. We need this, the shaft, and from this we take the bushings. I use a small nail. We need to take the shaft out of this. So the shafts in the propellers need to be clean. There is a small gap on the shaft. Keep this on the end of the propeller. Gently hammer it through. Once the shaft has passed through, unscrew it until the shaft hits out 2 millimeters. The other propeller. Alright, I'm gonna clean the model, add some stringing. Motor seats need to be without blobs or anything else. Make sure this perimeter is really clean because it's where the cover stays. It's important that the pushing holes are clean and good. Also here on the back there is a front foot, sandpaper inside here. So now we install our motor. Make sure the wires are horizontal and push it down until it snaps. Push it forward until the shaft goes through the hole. For both motors. Couple of times. If it doesn't go straight, you might need to clean out the seating. Fine. Now we install the bushings. Mount the bushing on your motor. Install the motor and then push it inside. Together with the bushing, help yourself with some tool, force it. Pushing on the shaft. Push it from the back here. Clean the nozzles. Sand it until it fits. Second one. Now again we use the shaft to help install the bushing in the nozzles. If they don't go, sand it a bit. Now we're gonna prepare the joint. We are gonna use 2 grains each motor with the ELA joint in the middle. Alternatively, you can print a joint which will replace 2 nylon joints with the PLA joint. Those joints, when you print them, always make elephant foot, so I have included the normal version or to cut version because cutting them is easier to get them in a good shape. Put one of the nylon joints on the motor, put the joint on it, gently warm it up, push it on. Same for the other. Everything is ready. Prepare the shafts clockwise or to the left from the back. Make sure there are no obstructions. When you install the shaft with the propeller, you should see the shaft here in line. Now that we installed the shafts with the propellers, we try the nozzles. Make sure to choose the right one. You can see it by the way it's counter-rotating the propeller. So this is for this. The first turn there may be something in the way, so force it to turn. If they don't turn at all, try to rotate the nozzles or leave them a little more out. See if it makes a difference. If the propeller is not turning freely, there is a bit more of sanding. Maybe the propeller needs to be cleaned on the sides. Now it turns freely, so we can install the joints. Put on the motors grains. Use those Teflon rings that goes in the motor just between the propeller and this bushing. Now install the grain on the shaft. Keep the smaller side facing the back of the boat. Now we install the grain on the other shaft. If you turn the grains in the boat, you'll see the propellers spinning. Adjust the nozzle in the position where the propeller spins more freely. Later we are gonna glue them in place. Don't worry if the propeller have small touching. When we run the motor fast, they will clean everything. Okay, now we install the joints. Put them on the motors already. They show the slide on the grains. And then we open up the motor and we move the joint between the 2 grains. Slowly rotate the shaft, move it a little bit, rotate, move, until it fits. And this looks fine. Propeller is turning. Okay, make sure the propellers are rotating. At first they may be a bit hard to turn, and that's good. Make sure the motors are in the right position, the nozzles too, because we're gonna glue them now. Alright, time. So we're gonna glue nozzles first, just a little bit around the perimeter. And let it dry. Okay, now we're gonna glue the joint in place. Be careful to not to let the glue go in the shaft, in the motor. A little bit. Alright, now the motors. The water cooling works by letting some water on the motor surface, put some glue, and then turn the boat so the glue doesn't fall on the motor. Push the motor, make sure there is no space. The other one. When dry, scratch the glue on the metal so the water can directly touch the motor can. A bit of oil on the mouth of the shaft, drop, spin, spin. And we are ready to test. Plug the board. We are gonna use the front motors. There is another video where I explain how to hack this board. Even without hacking the board, it will work, just not full speed. The board is inside, green tabs little. Now we're gonna test both this pan of water. Always run the boat in water, because if it's dry it will melt the PLA. Works. That's it.